What's up, everyone? This is a real business story about Beardbrand, one of the most popular YouTube channels about beards and a huge e-commerce business. I got to hang out with Eric at their office. This guy basically went on Shark Tank, got nothing, and then grew this business from almost nothing a day to $20,000 a day. So we go to his office and talk about how was he able to get started, the exact marketing he did to grow, and 3, how are they able to differentiate in such a damn crowded market space. What I want you to do is leave a comment, and every single person who comments and comment right away, I'm going to shout you out in my next video, so go make sure you do that below. See ya.
So, there's 4 of you, and you were just starting out, you made $200 your first deal. Like, when did that tip to, like, where you started building out a team? And how did that happen?
Our first hire was, like, November of 2013, so it was about,
Pretty
like,
quick.
10 months.
Yeah.
10 months into it. I think, like, February, we hired a couple more. And then I started doing it full-time, like, November. I kind of had other side hustles that brought in a little bit of money, but I think a big part of it was being at the right time, the right place, like to be the only beard care company in the market space and the one that had the mission that we were doing, really connected with a lot of people. So we got a lot of PR, and then eventually we ended up being on Shark Tank, which helped as well.
With the Shark Tank, obviously everyone has heard of that. What do most people not know about being on Shark Tank?
The questions I still get is like, did you have to give up any of your business to be on it? Which they got rid of that clause like after the first season. A couple other things people don't realize, like I'm in there for like 45 minutes to an hour and they cut it down to like 8 minutes. So there's a lot that goes on. And the other big thing is like when you get in there, because they're all mic'd up individually, you think like it's just this normal conversation. Well, right when you're done with your pitch, you have 5 people ask you questions. So you'll see these people who are like, they look like lost or confused. It's simply because you have 5 people asking you a question at once and you're trying to figure out who do you reply to. Spoilers, no offers, no deal. So, but they were kind and they just didn't get the vision.
So why didn't they do it, and then how did you deal with that afterwards?
Like they all had different reasons. So I don't know, I think they're kind of foolish. I think it was one of the surest bets out there. Like when we got on the show, I ran the numbers and no one, or very few companies were able to get the traction that we got, especially being bootstrapped. They just didn't think a lot of people would have beards or take care of beards. Yeah. So it aired at the perfect time for us because it was right at November when people tend to grow their beards out.
How much did sales increase? I think for people who are like, wow, how big is the Shark Tank effect?
Yeah, the Shark Tank effect's huge. I think, we had our best holiday season in 2014. Like, let's say we were doing $2,000 or $3,000 a day after the show aired. Like, we had the spike of the show, which was like $20,000 days, and then it leveled out at like $10,000 days through the holiday season. We started our community in February of 2012. Okay. And then we launched our e-commerce store in January 2013.
Like, how do you actually transition from community to selling something? Because that's gotta be weird to be like, hey, guess what now, guys, pay us for things.
I mean, to be fair, like our community was like 300 people at the time, so I don't know how much of a community that was, but so we've almost like built the community as we've built.
To get your 300, which it doesn't sound like a lot, but that's where it starts, right? I think for everyone who's like trying to start,
right?
Yeah, it starts 1 by 1 at 300. So you were making videos at the time for the first year?
Yeah. So we had a blog, beardbrand.com was a blog where we talked about beard-related content, how to grow your beard out in environments where traditionally a beard was frowned upon, like in the corporate environment, sales, stuff like that. And then we had a YouTube channel as well. That first year was very humble beginnings. I think we created like 12 videos that first year. And I think one of them kind of grabbed hold and the other 11 weren't any good. But we were the only bearded community at the time in 2012. And that little amount got us in front of a reporter from the New York Times who was quoting us for an article on beards. So we used that to leverage the launch of our company. So we literally like built our store and found the products like within a week, launched on Shopify the day before the New York Times article went live. Okay. And then we got like a couple sales from that, and that was like where everything started running. So we could put like a scene on New York Times. And
wow.
I still remember the first person who bought from our store, and what that experience was like. And
why did you guys choose YouTube in the beginning? Why not just do like blogging or like just other places?
We had a founder of the community, John, who's like, yeah, we're going to create a YouTube channel and a Tumblr page and a blog, and we just did it. We just There wasn't like entirely a lot of strategy in those early days. So he created a few videos. He didn't have a beard though, so they didn't really get any traction. And then I had one video that it was how to grow and maintain a beard.
Okay.
That really got traction on YouTube. And I think it was like that one video that allowed us to put more energy into YouTube. And probably if we didn't have that video, maybe we'd be doing different marketing strategies.
How has that changed? Like, what have been the different inflection points along the path?
I think like the company and what we're trying to do has always been the same, trying to empower individuals to invest in themselves, to be themselves and show the world who they really are as individuals. But how we get that message out has evolved and changed. So it's been a lot of like organic, which is YouTube and content and blogging, and then social media. We've always been strong there. But over the years, we've improved our processes like email marketing. We've improved a lot. We've gotten into like paid with Facebook paid and of course AdWords and been able to capture more of our audience from those techniques than maybe we did in those early days, which was just pure organic because we're bootstrapped and didn't have a dollar to our name. So.
Well, how do you have there's a lot of people making YouTube videos. How do you guys take that audience and say like, okay, now you're gonna go buy something? Like how did you guys do that?
Yeah, I mean, for us, I think it's branding's always been a big play for us. So it's not been like, oh, here's a product, go buy it. Here's a discount and that hard sell immediately. It's been about how can we provide value to our audience and educate them, and then hopefully they see that value and they understand the value they got, and then like, okay, well, they help me out, I'm going to support them as well, and find a product that works for them. So that's been more of our technique, is like a low pressure, just kind of awareness type of thing, rather than cold sells or
like discounts and pushing.
Right,
and like, hey, here's a launch, we're going to do something like that.
Absolutely. So we avoid those. Our big thing is really like rooted in confidence, knowing that we've got a great product that doesn't need to be discounted. It sells well and it does well for us. So we have confidence in our product in one regard. And then the other regard too is, sales do lose their effects over time where it's not as strong.
Yeah.
So you've got to be able to always come up with creative ones, and then it ends up being
it's like another. It's a
5% discount, then a 10%, then 20, then 25, and then people wait for the next one. So this is like, we're here when you're ready to buy. We know we're not the cheapest guy out there, but we'll be here.
You were saying actually earlier, there's like a shit ton of different like beard care now, and there's a bunch of different hair care. Like, how do you differentiate or stand out when there's like, 'cause everyone's like, well, man, there's always competition.
Yeah, so what we do, how we differentiate is that value that we bring through education and support and community that other companies aren't able to do. We've got so much content out there with our social media. And then we have a mission beyond just products. We're not just out there pushing products. We're trying to make the world a better place by having people invest in themselves. And when people invest in themselves, they can invest in their partners and their friends and their spouses and their community and their careers. And then the world ends up being a better place. It all starts with, using some Beardbrand products.
That's where it starts, man. That's great. It seems like YouTube obviously has been like a huge channel for your growth.
Right.
So how has that evolved over the years? Because I know you have a studio, and we'll go check that out in a second. I actually wanted to highlight, you changed my mindset completely, because last time we came into the studio, you make it really easy for you to just have your gear ready, for you to come in, stand, and then just hit go.
Yeah.
And so in our office, and I think for Habits in general, what was cool is just make it easy for you to go do things you want to do. Like if you want to make videos or podcasts, like we set up a room just like this.
Yeah, there's no reason, like if something's going to be a big part of your business, that you should have to go through all this work to get it set up. But the other end of it is like, as you get good at it, it takes less and less time. So we are a little broken down now. Like I want to buy some more equipment and do have that permanent thing, but it looks like it's kind of taped down where the people will stand and record. And so it'll be pretty easy for people to get going.
How has YouTube evolved for you guys?
Man, we're up to daily content.
7 days a week?
Yeah.
And how much did that change the views? And
it's been huge. I mean, we're getting like 30,000 subs a month.
Wow.
And 5 million views a month. The goal is to get up to 14 videos a week. We do a lot of good content rather than fewer great content.
I noticed on your videos you collect emails, and you said email marketing changed for you. I was actually just curious like what that impact means.
So we've set up a couple of automated flows to welcome people in, to do post-purchase, and then to do abandoned carts. And then we've also done better job of our campaigns, which are just fresh content. We do that 3 times a week. So
3 emails a week?
Yeah.
Wow. So 3 new emails to your whole list every week.
Yeah, and again, the goal, like with our YouTube videos, is to produce the type of content that will allow you to get good engagement that they'll open up and enjoy without, selling. Like if you're doing 3 emails a week, they can't be like discount, 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 right? They've got to be value add and informative.
Any product that flopped that you launched?
Oh yeah, we launched a product called Solid Cologne, and it's no longer available.
Solid Cologne?
Yeah, it's like a little wax that you rub in, so it'll be a little more subtle fragrance, but it will last a little longer. But yeah, it wasn't strong enough when you compare it to like a spray alcohol, and a lot of people were expecting that in the marketplace. So we just pulled it, and then maybe eventually we'll relaunch a cologne.
Awesome. Up top. Boom.
So here are 3 things, yes, 3, like a virgin, that you could be thinking about for your own business. This is the part, don't click next. I know it's what you're about to do, but first off, find a marketing channel that works for you. So they found YouTube and they just went crazy on it. They went from 1 YouTube a month to now they do 2 videos a day. And that's their biggest channel. So for yourself, is it Instagram? Is it sex videos? Is it podcasting? Is it blogging? Is it webinars? Is it LinkedIn? I don't really care. Find the channel that works for you and go really, really crazy on it. Secondly, how did they go from like a fun idea to making money? So I think for you, a lot of times we just want to make money right away. Give me, like Jew horns come out or whatever racist things you guys are thinking. But what's really important is that they went out and just made a crap ton of educational, helpful things, good, helpful things, and then later asked for money. So for your own business, instead of you just trying to grab and get all day, maybe go help some people out, go teach some things, and then later you can ask for some money. And number 3, we all have competition. Think about in your town, wherever you live, maybe it's Saskatchewan or whatever cool city you're in. How many Mexican restaurants are there? There's a shit ton, right? So everyone's got competition. So they right now have 1,500 competitors. Can you imagine that? 1,500 fucking beard oil companies? That blows my mind. The point though is that how do you differentiate? Is it your brand? Is it your pricing? Is it your offering? So think about that for yourself. What are you doing to create your own unique position? Maybe your beards for bald Jewish guys with beards. Is anyone starting a business like that? I'm going to get started on some of these ideas. I'll see you out there.